Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Stock My Closet. Today I'm sharing stylish and trendy layered kurti. For this project I have taken 1.5 meter plain cotton fabric and 3 meter printed cotton fabric. This is the measurement I'm using. You can adjust it according to your requirement. Firstly, I'll cut the inner layer and I'll use it as a pattern to cut the upper layer. So for bodies, I've cut out the required length including seam allowance from the fabric and I've folded the fabric. There's only one layer because I'm going to attach inner only on the front side. Now I'll mark the measurements. For shoulder, take half of shoulder width. In my measurement, shoulder width is 13.5 inch, so half of it is 6.75 inch. Neck width is 3 inch. Mark half inch downwards for shoulder slope and join it to the neck width point. From this point, mark half of armhole round, that is 7 inch in my measurement. I'm deducting half inch as this is sleeveless kurti. I'll just extend this point. Now from the top, mark a point at 10.5 inch shoulder to bust and 14.5 inch shoulder to waist as well as the length of the bodies. Mark 1 inch inwards and join it to the shoulder slope point. Now I'll mark the round measurements. For chest, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, chest round is 31 inch. 31 plus 2 is 33 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.25 inch. For bust, I'm adding 3 inch of ease. In my measurement, bust round is 32 inch. 32 plus 3 is 35 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.75 inch. For waist, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, waist round is 28 inch. 28 plus 2 is 30 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 7.5 inch. Now I'll join these points. Give slight curve to this pointed shape. Adding seam allowance. Now I'll draw armhole curves. So marking is complete, now I'll cut it. I've cut the back armhole curve only. I'll use it to cut the back of upper layer and then I'll trim the armhole curve. So this is the printed fabric and again I've cut out the required length including seam allowance from the fabric and I've folded the fabric by half in width. Now I'll place the pattern and I'll cut it. So this is the back bodies. Now I'll cut the front. Cut out the required length and fold it by half. Place the pattern. Now I'll cut the front armhole curve as well. So I have cut both inner and upper layer bodies. Now I'll cut the bottom. For bottom, I'm making half circle skirt. Firstly, I'll cut the inner layer. I just need front part only, so I have just taken one layer of plain fabric. Length of this fabric is radius plus length of skirt. Now from the top, I'll mark the radius, which will be waist round plus ease divided by 3.14. In half circle skirt, we divide the waist measurement by 3.14, and for full circle skirt, we divide it by 6.28. This is a constant figure for all measurements. You don't need to change anything. If you're making for kids or for yourself, you have to divide it by 3.14 or 6.28 depending on what kind of skirt you are making. So here I'm making half circle skirt, so I'll divide it by 3.14. In my measurement, waist round is 28 inch. Add same amount of ease you have added to the bodies. So I've added 2 inch. Again I'll add 2 inch to the waist measurement. 28 plus 2 is 30, and dividing it by 3.14, I'll get around 9.5 inch. So radius for my measurement is 9.5 inch. From the top, I'll mark a point at 9.5 inch. Now I'll mark the same measurement till the other end. So this is the waist. I'll add half inch of seam allowance on the top. Now from waist point, I'll mark the length of skirt, which will be full length of kurti minus body's length. Full length is 44 inch. And body's length is 14.5 inch. So skirt length will be 44 minus 14.5 inch, that is 29.5 inch. I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. I'll mark a point at 30.5 inch. Now measure the same length from the top and mark the same measurement till the other end. So I marked the length and now I'll cut it. So I've cut out the inner layer bottom. Now I'll cut the upper layer bottom. And for that I need 2 layers for front and back. And as you can see, this is printed fabric and it is directional print. So fold it by half and cut it from the center. change and match the direction of print. Now both are in the same direction. Now I'll just place the pattern. For upper layer I have increased the length by 2 inch. Now I'll cut it. So I've cut the bottom, and with this cutting of my kurti is completed. Firstly, attach bodies and bottom of both inner and upper layer. Make small cuts on the waist of the bottom. It allows you to easily attach curve shape of waist on the bottom to the straight waist of the bodies. Place the bodies on the bottom, right sides together, and make a stitch. So I have attached bodies and bottom of front layer. Similarly, I'll attach it for back and the inner layer. Now take back side of upper layer, fold it by half. Now I'll draw and cut the neckline. Neck width is 3 inch. Neck depth is 6 inch, adding half inch for seam allowance. Again mark neck width point 3 inch and join these points. Now I'll draw round neckline shape and I'll cut it. I'll finish back neckline with the bias tape. So I have finished the back neckline. Now take front side of upper layer, fold it by half and draw neckline shape. Neck width is 3 inch. Neck depth is 7 inch, adding half inch for seam allowance. Again mark neck width point. Join these points. I'm making round shape for front as well. You can make any desired neckline shape. Now from on full side, mark a point at 1.5 inch. From the top, mark burst line at 10.5 inch. And from this point, mark 3.5 inch inwards. And 1 inch above from the waistline, mark 0.75 inch inwards. Join these points. Now at the bottom, from the unfold side, mark a point at 3 inch. and join these points. Now I'll cut it, leaving 0.25 inch of seam allowance. After cutting, we'll have two pieces and this is how it will look. Now I'll finish this center cut with the piping. Fold one edge of bias tape and make a stitch. Now place the bias tape on the bodies, right sides together, and start stitching. Don't pull the bias tape, gently place and turn with the curved shape and keep stitching. So I have attached bias tape. Make small cuts. Now turn around the bias tape towards the wrong side, depending on how thin or thick you want your piping to be. So I have attached the piping. Now make another stitch to secure the bias tape. Similarly, I'll finish the other side. So I have attached piping on both sides. Now I'll place front upper layer on the inner layer like this. Pin it up. I've made these dories with tassels which I'll insert at ½ inch above the waistline. Now I'll make a stitch from the neckline to the waist. So I have attached both upper and inner layer of front, and this is how it looks. Now I'll cut the front neckline. Now I'll finish the front neckline using the piece of plain fabric as facing. I already have a detailed video on how to finish neckline and armholes using bias tape as well as facing. Links are in the description box, you can check it out from there. So I finished the neckline. Now join both front and back side and stitch the shoulder slope on both sides. I have stitched the shoulder slope. Now I'll finish the armholes with the piping. I have finished the armholes as well. Now I'll finish the bottom round. Just double fold the fabric and make a stitch. Lastly, I'll stitch the side fitting seam on both sides. And with this, my kurti is completed and it looks so beautiful. I really like this pattern and I hope you like it too. Do try it and share your reviews in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more such videos, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.